You know how Sony always stays quiet when people start asking about the next PlayStation? Well, this time they didn't stay quiet. They actually teased something. And it's not just a random hint. It's about the PS6 GPU tech that could completely change how we play, download, and even stream games in the next few years. So here's what actually happened, and what it secretly means for the future of PlayStation. Recently, Sony filed a technical document connected to AMD, the same company behind every PlayStation chip since the PS4. Inside that document, there's reference to a custom RDNA 5 architecture, something no current console or GPU is using yet. It's way beyond the PS5 Pro specs that are about to drop, and if you read between the lines, it's clearly next-gen hardware. Now, Sony never directly said, this is PS6 hardware. They never do, but AMD's internal roadmap and Sony's own patents show timing that lines up perfectly with a 2027-2028 release window. And what's really interesting, this GPU tech isn't just about performance. It's built around AI-driven upscaling, real-time ray tracing, and cloud integration baked directly into the silicon. That last part, that's the biggest clue about where Sony is headed. Because think about it, Sony has been quietly expanding PlayStation Now and PS Cloud streaming. But right now, cloud play is limited. You still need powerful hardware on your end for smooth gaming. What if PS6 changes that equation completely? Imagine being able to start a PS6 game instantly from the cloud. Zero downloads, no installs, no waiting for patches, because the GPU itself is designed to sync with the cloud in real time. That's not a dream. That's the kind of hybrid gaming AMD's new architecture is literally built for. And here's where it gets even crazier. In the same patent filings, Sony mentioned something called dynamic workload balancing between local and network GPUs. That means your console and Sony servers could share the same rendering task, half done by your console, half done by the cloud. So even if your console costs $499, it performs like a $2,000 PC because the cloud is doing the heavy lifting. Now, from a player perspective, this could mean no more storage panic, no 100 gigabytes updates, no out-of-space notifications. It's also a massive shift for Sony's business, because instead of selling one console every 7 years, they could keep upgrading cloud GPUs in the background, and you still be playing on PS6 tech without even realizing it. And if you think that sounds too futuristic, remember, Microsoft is already doing something similar with their xCloud. But the difference is, Sony's GPU architecture is native. They're not just streaming games. They're designing hardware and cloud to work as one. So when Sony teased this new GPU architecture, it wasn't a random tech reveal. It's them quietly confirming. The next PlayStation won't just be faster. It'll be smarter, more connected, and possibly the first AI-powered console generation ever made. And honestly, it's exciting, but also a little scary, because it could mean physical ownership of games might die even faster. If your console's power depends on Sony servers, what happens if those servers go offline one day? No local files, no access. That's the trade-off of this new era, more performance, but less control. Still, looking at where things are headed, PS6 might be the last traditional console as we know it. So yeah, that little GPU teaser might sound small, but it's actually the foundation of the next decade of gaming. And if Sony pulls it off right, the PS6 could be the console that finally merges power, cloud, and AI into one seamless experience.